There we go. Awesome. Okay, just a little bit of system error. I think we are in business. So let's go ahead and get started. This is You Need Balance. I'm Skylar, and today our focus is on the single leg balance. We're going to be working on strengthening our hips and stretching them out so that you can be prepared for whatever life throws at you. If you trip and fall, you'll be ready to catch yourself and maintain an injury-free life, hopefully. So if you have a block or a thick stack of books, make sure you grab that. Also, maybe a strap or a rope of some sort, or even a towel might help you, especially if you're still working on getting deeper and deeper into these postures. Today, we're going to start on the ground, and we're going to focus on really engaging the outer hips, specifically your gluteus medius muscle, which is so crucial in your single leg stabilizing stances. So let's start in a cross-legged position if that's comfortable. You can also prop your hips up on a blanket or another mat, something a little bit higher, so that your knees can fall out to the side. And you're going to just bring your hands in front of your front leg and then just sort of lean to one side and then circle your core all the way around. Think about a cat as you roll back. And inhale like a cow, shoulders back, chest up as you come forward. Try to get a full range of motion here. Just notice any aches or pains. And then we're going to switch which leg is in front and switch directions. You're going to lean forward and around, cat-like as you come back, and cow-like as you come forward. So hopefully these movements are helping you to take a break from your work life, step away from the desk, reset your posture, re-engage your core, and help you to get back into a better mindset when you do get back to work after this class. So let's come to all fours now, and we're going to take our traditional cat-cows. Take a deep breath in as you drop your belly down and look forward, and take a deep breath out as you round through your spine. Now, I'm going to be talking to you, but during this class, see if you can maintain a breath breathing in and out of your nose. See if you can control your breath through that, even through our tough chaturangas and any of the other challenging movements that we do today. See if you can take a deep inhale and exhale, only breathing through your nose. Notice how it makes you feel when you do that. And as we go through cat-cow, we're going to slowly add some more movement. So now we can start going side to side, lateral flexion of the spine. Think about crunching through your side, like you're trying to touch your right hip to your right shoulder, and then your left hip to your left shoulder. And we're just slowly going side to side, noticing any aches or pains. Notice how your hands are adapting to the ground and really pressing down into the ground. 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Exhale, bring your big toes together, push your hips back towards your heels, and walk your arms out far overhead. Let your head rest down onto the ground in child's pose. Deep breath in through your nose, and a deep breath out through your nose. Now walk your fingers forward as far as you can. Bend your elbows, bring your palms together, and try to bring your hands to the back of your neck. From there, see if you can walk your elbows a little bit further forward and feel that nice stretch. You're going to inhale, bring your hands back down to the ground as you look up, and exhale, tuck your chin as you bring your hands back behind your neck. Inhale, and exhale. We're going to try that again. Inhale and exhale. This time, inhale, bring your hands to the ground, come back to all fours. We're going to kick the right leg straight back behind you. Now, this is really important in your stability of hip rotation. So look back and notice what direction your toes are pointing. They're likely pointing somewhat out or at a diagonal. And you want to internally rotate that leg so that the toes are pointing down. You're kicking back through the heel. Create that strong stance. Now check to make sure if you're sinking into this hip. Try to come up and pull your belly button up and then push your chest away from the ground. We're holding here and breathing steadily. I know you're starting to feel that glute fire up. Deep breath in and out. And then slowly lower back down. Now we'll try to find that same motion on the opposite leg. So kick straight back out. Check back your toes. See what your toes are looking like, what direction they're pointing in. See if you can internally rotate that hip. And then check to make sure you're not sinking into the hip that's on the ground. Push your chest away from the ground so that your hands are pressing evenly down. And really kick back through the heel like you're stomping on the wall behind you. Deep breath in and out. And slowly lower back down. Great job. Now we're going to bring the left leg out to the side. Straight leg. Exhale as you rock back. Inhale as you rock forward. Exhale as you rock back. Inhale as you rock forward. So all of these movements are going to feel really good loosening up the hips, especially if you've been in a sedentary position for most of the day in your office, wherever your office may be, at home or somewhere else. And another piece too is how you're fueling your body. So the lab caters to your every health need. We have registered dietitians that we work with for consultations, and we also have a private chef that works with preparing nutritious meals that come from local produce. So what you want to think about is how you're fueling your body throughout the day. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Same thing on the other side. Exhale back and inhale forward. And especially if you are someone who is working on a computer for a long period of time throughout the day, try to stock yourself with healthy snacks, whether it be some fresh fruit or nuts or even, some vegetables like cucumbers or carrots, and you'll be less likely to grab something unhealthy that won't fuel your mind and body as well. So see if you do have snacks in your office, take inventory. Are they healthy for you? Are they going to fuel your mind and your body? Or do you need to revamp your snack drawer? That'll be your homework for today. All right, now we're going to continue to add movement. One more time, exhale back. Inhale forward. Let's bring your knee back underneath you. Tuck your toes under. Push up into downward dog. And then inhale forward into plank. From plank, you're going to step your right foot between your hands and see if you can stand all the way up without stepping your left foot to the ground. Bring the left knee up and then step it all the way back into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Reach all the way back into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Right foot between the hands. Start to bring the left knee up. You'll notice one side might feel a little bit more wobbly than the other. And then we'll go ahead and step all the way back into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank, left foot to the center. See if you can really ground down to lift up. Pull your belly button in. Make sure your posture is upright. Exhale, back into plank. Under control here. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Right leg. We're going to do one more on each side. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Take your time in transition. A lot of balance in traditional forms in yoga can come from the transition. So instead of just stepping right back into that plank, see how slow you can go as you work on that balance. Make sure you even out so you end on the leg that you did not start with. Deep breath in and exhale, downward dog. Inhale, look forward, rise up on your toes, bend your knees and step your way up to your hands. If you can't touch your toes, then bring a block in front of you or to the side so that you can bring the ground up to your hands. And then slowly tuck your chin, paint your fingertips up the front of your legs as you roll up, shoulders back, head up tall. Take a deep breath in, reach up towards the sky for our sun salutation A. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank, slowly lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now let's take a moment here to think about our legs. Can you try to push your heels a little bit closer down towards the ground? Can you straighten your legs just a little bit longer and lift your kneecaps as you're squeezing your quads? Push your hips up and back and look towards your belly button or between your thighs. And then on your next inhale, look forward, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, and let's step all the way up to the top. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, standing up nice and tall. And exhale, release the arms all the way back down. We'll go into a B variation. Inhale, bend your knees, tuck your tailbone, and sweep your arms up to the sky, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank. You can use a chaturanga. You can always use child's pose, cobra, or upward dog. On your next inhale, swivel your left heel down as you step your right foot between the legs and we rise up into Virabhadrasana 1. Starting to loosen up the hips here in this first hip stretch. Reach up nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step back into plank, slowly lower down. Inhale, upward dog, lift your chest. Exhale, downward dog. Right heel swivels down, left foot steps through as you rise up into warrior 1. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step back into plank, slowly lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's take a moment here to breathe, reset. You can always use child's pose if you need it. See if you can push your hips up a little bit higher. Make sure your hands are rooting down into the ground. And then inhale, look forward, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, and step all the way up to your hands. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper, closer to your knees here. And then slowly bend the knees. Inhale, rise up, Utkatasana. If your shoulders allow, try to bring your hands together as you reach up towards the sky without shrugging. Make sure you pull your shoulders down and then close your rib cage, engaging your core. Hold here, deep breath in. And then exhale to straighten out your legs and slowly release the arms. All right, let's shake it out a little bit. Okay, we're going to go into our next single leg balance. So now your left leg is going to be the standing leg. Just like we started with in the warm-up, you're going to root down in that standing leg and bring your right knee up. Try not to touch it to the ground. If you're still working on your balance, you can always hold on to a wall or something stable near you. And if you fall down, that's okay. We always just get right back up and we keep getting better and better. So let's stand tall, engage the core, right knee up. We're going to slowly stomp on the wall behind us into our warrior 3, just like how we did in that quadruped position in all fours. So really try to keep your toes pointing down, internally rotate that hip, and try to stomp right back through that heel as strong as you can. Now we're going to slowly come up. Think about Utkatasana, that fierce, powerful posture that we did at the beginning of Sun B, but without touching your foot to the ground. So it's almost like a baby squat just on that little left leg you have working. All right, we're going back and forth between these two. Exhale as you kick back into warrior 3. Inhale as you come forward into this Utkatasana posture. Try not to touch that foot on the ground unless you have to. We have 5 of these on each side. So that was 3. Exhale as you kick back. You should start to feel that glute med, that hamstring really starting to work here. That's 4. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And that's 5. Stand up, shake it out. A lot of stability work in the entire foot, the ankle. We're going to work on the opposite side now. Right foot digging down into the ground. Find your posture, root down to lift up. Left knee comes up, find your balance. Stick it together like you're squeezing your inner thighs. And then just like the other side, single leg RDL as you kick back through that heel, internally rotating your inner thigh there. Squeeze back. And then without touching, you're going to slowly bend into your standing leg and rise up into Utkatasana without touching the foot to the ground. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, single leg, Utkatasana. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, single leg, Utkatasana. Hang in there with me. 3. You got it. 2, and if your breath counts are a little bit different than mine, that's okay. Just try to count 5 reps. And 1. Inhale, try to hold it here. See if you can hold that single leg Utkatasana, and then exhale, release, and shake it out. Great work. Let's bring that block down to the ground. If you don't have a block, anything will do. Something that you can stand on, something sturdy, not too high off the ground. Even a step might help. The first step, if you're near a staircase, you can do that. We're going to start with the left foot on the ground. You can also do it on the ground too if your balance is not quite ready for the block. So we're going to lift ourselves up a little bit higher with only the left leg on the ground. And you're going to try to draw your name in letters as big as you can with your opposite leg. So we're not doing like little ankle letters or little knee letters. You're going to try to keep your legs straight and use your entire ball and socket hip joint to draw your name. If you have a really long name, then I'm sorry, but this is what you've been training for. So you're going to try to balance, keep your core strong and stable, and don't let your hips throw you off balance when you're trying to draw that name. Once you're finished, bring your knee up, and then exhale, kick out, squeeze your quad. See if you can lift your knee a little bit higher, and then slowly relax back down, and we'll shake it out. So a lot of balance also has to do with our proprioception, our neuromuscular ability to control our body and understand our body in space, our kinesthetic awareness. So even though we're standing ourselves a little bit up higher, we're training ourselves to understand our body in space and to be able to control if we happen to trip on a curb or slip on ice. We want to have a better understanding of how to control and catch our bodies. So let's try that same thing. Remember, you're using your entire hip joint. Just spell your name again, or maybe your favorite word. You can practice this on your own with whatever it is that you feel like spelling. You can choose Mississippi or a really long word to try to challenge yourself here. Try to keep yourself balanced, and then when you're done, knee up, kick forward, under control, squeeze that quad, try to lift up a little bit higher, and exhale to slowly release back down. Let's bring that block away. You can put the block, if you have one, in front of you where you'll be for this next one. So we're just going to add another piece to that standing balance that we were just doing. Okay. Feeling it in the hips, but we're going to get a little stretch and balance simultaneously here. Left leg is the standing leg. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, hinge back, warrior three. Inhale, start to swing your leg around to the right as straight as you can. You're coming all the way to stand and then crossing your right ankle over your knee. So you can come here and balance. Hold on to something stable if you need to. This is your figure four. So your legs are making the number 4. Lower body down. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, start to sink your hips back and down. This might feel like a really good stretch. You might just stay here and hold balance. You also might bring your arms further down, maybe grabbing onto a block for support, or you can try to grab onto your ankle, your left ankle, with both of your hands. And notice when you do this, keep your right foot flexed so that your shin is pushing against your triceps. Okay, that's going to be your lock, so that if you ever wanted to try an arm balance, place your hands on the ground, lift off, you can do that. But we're just going to work on stretching out the hip here. So just a few options there. And if you're feeling really good in this stretch, just stick it. You can always do this on the ground, but because this class is focused on your single leg balance, we're going to start here, and then we're going to reverse all the way. So let's try to inhale up. I know that standing leg is getting tired. See if you can straighten the leg out. Circle around, just like we warmed up that hip joint with those letters. Back to warrior 3, all the way through to the knee up. And then you can finally shake it out. Let that leg breathe. All right. Hopefully that leg was talking to you so that the right leg knows exactly what is in store for it next. Right leg is the standing leg. Inhale, lift the left knee up. Exhale, kick back through the heel, warrior 3. And then very slowly circle that leg around. Willie is not a fan of this one, but I am, so that's all that matters. Then you're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. Stand up tall, inhale your arms up, palms together. You can slowly just stand here. This feels really good, just opening up your hip, squeezing your glutes forward. This can also be a great practice for Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana, which is a half-bound lotus balance. Or if you're just working on lotus itself, this is a great way to try to open up that hip. Nonetheless, we'll just go ahead into our figure 4 so you can start to push your hips back and down. Keep that left foot flexed. And then you can start to bring your elbows. If your elbows pass your shin, then you can try to reach down, grab onto your ankle with both of your hands. Again, just getting that deep stretch. You can always bring your hands down or to a block to bring the ground up to you. But we're just feeling that nice deep stretch after all of that single leg work that we did. And whenever you're ready, try to find your focus as you stand up, under control. Kick your left leg forward. Circle all the way back around to warrior 3. And then bring the knee back up. And you can shake it out. Woo, all that burn. That feels good though. Shake it out. Okay. Get some water if you need to. I know this is a tough one today. We're getting a lot of hip activation. But next we're going to bring the legs out wide. And we're just going to slowly sink down into the hips. I'm going to show you a few variations here for this flow. So one is just to stay up here. Just keep switching side to side, stretching out the inner thigh. You can also try reaching your hand to the opposite toe while pushing your hips back and down and keeping your chest up. So don't reach if you find yourself arching and everything is just really tight. Just listen to your body and know that this is a good hip opener for you. Side to side, or touching, or maybe both of your hands can come to the ground as you get a little bit lower. And then if Skandasana is in your posture, you can also, or in your practice, you can also try coming all the way down so that the left foot is on the ground and the right toes are pointing up. So as you're going through these, I just want you to find what is going to work for you today. So hopefully by this time, you know which level you're at, and now we can start the flow. So we are going to start with the left leg bent. So you're either up, reaching, maybe your hands are on the ground, maybe you're in Skandasana, whatever posture you feel is best. Left leg is bent, right leg is straight. Now we're all going to turn to the left so that the right hand comes to the ground and we're coming into a low lunge with the toes pointing straight. Left arm is going to reach up towards the sky, nice twist, and then exhale, reach through for the back toes. One hand on each side of that front leg. You're going to straighten out that front leg as much as you can, of course. You can always use blocks to bring your hands or the ground up to your hands. Back into the low lunge. This time you're going to heel toe your left foot over to the side in the side plank. You can keep it on the ground. You can bring it all the way up to stack up, reach up, or you can even reach that leg up. Make sure that you're internally rotating that hip to feel that nice single leg stabilizing muscles working. All the way back through to plank. You're going to step the left foot to the outside of the hands, toes pointed out slightly. And then the right foot is going to step to the outside of the hands, toes pointed out slightly as we come into a deep yogic squat malasana. Hold here, and on the next inhale, root down into the heels to rise up. Squeeze your glutes, and exhale to release back down. We'll come back to center, feet out wide. Inhale to interlock your fingers behind your back, lift your chest up. Exhale to fold forward. Make sure your toes are pointing forward. You're pulling your arms up and over your head. Pull your belly button in. And just see how far you can reach. And on your next inhale, rise up nice and tall. Lift your chest back up to the sky. And exhale, release the arms. Great job. Remember your variation here. So now we're going to bend into the right. You might be up here, reaching, maybe hands on the ground, maybe skandasana, depending on how low you have here. Now the left hand is coming to the ground and we're twisting to a low lunge with the right knee up. Inhale to reach your right fingertips to the sky. Exhale to sweep down and reach back for your toes. Inhale, one hand on each side of that front leg. Straighten out the front leg as much as you can. Then exhale, back into a plank. Left hand stays on the ground. You're going to heel toe all the way over to a side plank. Your variation, foot on the ground, stacked on top, maybe even lifting, internally rotating that hip. Feel that control. We'll come all the way back through to our high plank. Right foot steps to the outside of the hands. Left foot steps, and now we're back into malasana. All of these postures are to help now open up, stretch out, and loosen up our hips because we did a lot of activation of that. Make sure you're really lifting your chest up. Root down through your feet so you can rise up. Just squeeze your glutes. Lift up towards the sky and exhale to release back down. All right, let's shake it out. We have one more on each side. Left leg is going to come out into that lateral lunge. Feel that stretch wherever you are. This time, instead of flowing through it, we're going to hold each stretch for 3 breaths so we can start to lengthen the tissue out. So find your posture here. Whichever it may be, feel that nice deep stretch. 3 deep breaths on you. Remember, we're trying to breathe in and out of the nose. And on your 3rd breath, the right hand comes down, swivel around to the low lunge, and lift the left fingertips up to the sky. 3 deep breaths through your nose, on you. Keep your mind focused on how you feel. And then exhale, sweep your arms through, reach back for the back toes as far as you can. 3 deep breaths. And then slowly bring one hand on each side of that left foot. Just see how much you can really stretch out in this sort of extended wide-legged pyramid in a way. And see how close you can bring your chest to that knee. And 3 breaths. And then slowly come back, bending into that knee. Right hand to the ground. Swivel the left leg around into your side plank. Your variation, 3 breaths. And slowly come back. Left leg comes forward. Right leg comes forward. Deep squat into malasana. 3 deep breaths. And on your next inhale, slowly rise up, squeeze the glutes forward, and release the arms back out. Okay, notice how you're feeling after that. Notice where you felt the most tension or tightness. See if you notice something different on this side. Let's come into the right leg, lateral lunge. See how low you can go. Find your variation, maybe hands on the ground, Maybe coming deep, chest up. Try to think about pushing that knee out. 3 deep breaths in your lateral lunge. And on your exhale, left hand comes to the ground, swivel around into that low plank, reach your low lunge, reach your right fingertips up to the sky. 3 breaths on you. On your exhale, sweep the arm through, reach back through to the back toes. Hold here, 3 deep breaths. And slowly bring one hand to each side of that right foot. Straighten out that right leg. Head to knee, 3 deep breaths. And then slowly start to come back to the left hand on the ground. We're going to swivel around so that the left hand is down and we're reaching up to that side plank. Top leg can rise up. Feel the side of your hips nice and strong. 3 deep breaths. Slowly come back through plank. Right leg steps up. Left leg steps up. Sink the hips down as low as you can. As long as your chest can come up and you're not rounding through the back. 3 deep breaths. And then inhale to slowly rise up. Squeeze the glutes and exhale to release back down. We'll take a sun salutation to make our way to the ground. Inhale to sweep your arms up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to look forward and lengthen. Exhale to plant your hands, step back into plank. This is your last version of vinyasa. If you would like to take one, you can add in an extra push-up if you like. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, look forward, rise up on your toes, bend your knees. We're going to step or hop or just sit down however you need to. And we'll come all the way around to a seat. You're going to bend the left heel into your body and then step the right foot outside of the knee. This might feel like enough of a stretch for you, so you can always try to sit up tall, lift your chest, try to hug that knee into your chest, and then bring your right arm around and twist to look behind you. Another option here is to bring your foot a little bit further around to get closer into Gomukhasana, cow face posture. You're going to try to stack the knees on top of each other, plant your hands on the ground, swivel your fingertips around. See if you can lock those feet in together. Inhale to lift your chest and exhale to fold forward, getting a little bit deeper into that hip. Breathing in and out of your nose. Your hips are talking to you. Just make sure you're breathing peacefully, not holding tension. Taking the variation that feels most comfortable. Inhale to lift all the way back up. Now this top leg is going to circle all the way back around to bend behind you into this shin box position. From here, you're going to try to lift the back right knee off the ground, but keep your ankle on the ground. See how far you can lift up. Try not to sink back, but try to sit up as tall as you can. And then bring that knee back down. Now you're going to attempt to bring your ankle off the ground while keeping your knee on the ground, this back ankle here. Feel that hip. Exhale all the way back. Now we're going to slowly lean back. The left foot comes to the ground. The right ankle is going to cross over the top of the knee. Now we're in the figure 4 on the ground. So the more you walk your hands up, the more you scoot your hips to the heel, the deeper of a stretch you're going to feel. Deep stretch, deep breath in, and deep breath out. Then you can slowly roll onto your back and take this another step further by reaching through and pulling that knee into your chest. And then very slowly look at the sole of your right foot. You're going to start rotating your lower body to the left and try to plant the right foot on the ground. So from here, you can use your left hand to grab onto that ankle to make sure it stays up as high as you can, but then also try to keep your shoulders on the ground. Reach your right arm back to the right, turn to look towards your right hand. So now you should feel a stretch down through your side, the side of your hip now a little bit deeper into those rotators. It might take a little bit to sort of move around a little bit. You might need to take your right hand to push out against that right thigh to feel a little bit more of a stretch in that rotation. We did a lot of work, so we want to get a nice deep stretch in there. Slowly release that leg. We're just going to shake it out. Reach your arms up overhead. Deep breath in. And exhale. Pull your belly button in as you sit all the way up. Reach for your toes. Full body stretch. And then we're going to set up for the opposite side. So the right leg is going to bend in. The left foot is going to step to the outside of that knee. Again, this might be where you stay for a little bit if it feels really tight. So I want you to hug that knee into your chest and sit up nice and tall. Maybe you can bring the left hand around behind you to twist and turn to look behind you. Feel that nice stretch through the hip. Notice this side might feel different. Listen to your body. And slowly release. You can always take this a step further like we did on the other side. You'll just scoot your right ankle a little bit further and your left ankle a little bit further and try to stack your knees on top of each other. Hands plant down, fingertips swivel around to try to lock underneath your toes and see if you can squeeze them in together. Inhale to lift your chest and exhale to fold forward. Feel that nice stretch deeper into the hip as you breathe. And slowly inhale, lift all the way up. This top left leg is going to circle all the way back around to bend behind you for that shin box position. Now try to sit up tall. You're first going to try to lift that back left knee up. Slowly back down and see if you can switch. Now try to lift the back ankle. Slowly back down and relax. Great job. Now from here, you're going to bring your hands behind you, lean back, plant your right foot on the ground, and cross your left ankle over the right knee. Scoot your hips as close to the heel as you can, and then walk your hands up to lean your chest closer towards your shin to get a deep stretch. Deep breathing. Listen to your body here. Take the variation that feels most like that's what your body needs right now. And then we'll just slowly lean back for the next variation to reach through, grab onto that right hamstring. See if you can pull your shin closer in towards your chest. And then very slowly we can try the rotation. So take a look at your left foot. You're going to slowly rotate to the right and try to step your left foot on the ground. You can grab that with your right hand just to make sure that ankle stays up nice and high. And then your left arm is going to release and reach back out to the opposite side. Again, if you're having trouble feeling this deep in the hip, you might also take your hand and just slightly press out on that left thigh. Just see if you can help it rotate to get deeper into that tissue. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And then very slowly, just start to release. You can shake the legs out. You can maybe windshield wiper the knees side to side, whatever feels good here. Then come all the way flat on your back. You can relax your head, neck, and shoulders, your entire body down on the ground. You can always rest your arms down on the ground as we slowly come into Shavasana. I invite you to close your eyes and take a full body scan. Notice what your hips are feeling like. Do they feel pretty even? Do they feel tired or sore or energized or loosened up? Compared to how you felt at the beginning of class, notice what you're feeling in the hips. Notice if you were able to maintain your breath in and out of your nose that whole time. What did it feel like? Was it strenuous, or did it help you breathe more smoothly and peacefully? And as you take a deep breath in and out, start to think about how your body feels and how you can make a step closer towards fueling your body more efficiently. Is it meals that you have at work, or snacks that you have at work, or even anything else throughout the day? Our food is what fuels our body and our minds, and we can be much more productive and creative in our thinking when we fuel and move appropriately. So if you have more time, you can stay here in Shavasana, or you can slowly reach your arms back up and take a big deep breath in as you reach your arms overhead. And exhale, we'll just take a sit up to reach for the toes. And just kind of shake it out a little bit. Notice how you feel. I hope you're feeling balanced. Thank you for coming to get balanced with us. Don't forget to check out our Spotify playlist. The link is in our playlist description. If you're looking for just a little bit of tunes or just something to add to your practice for this class or our other classes. And make sure you share this video for someone that you think might benefit from it, someone who has been working on their balance or needs to stretch out their hips. And feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel and let us know what you need. Let us know your thoughts. We'd be happy to hear from you and continue giving you what you need. Thanks, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good day.